All right. So this is the craziest thing. Monday night, and I feel like so much time has passed since then. I can't even remember when we've talked about it, what we've talked about. Monday night, Kevin Brennan tells John, you got to snipe Uncle Rico Show. It'll be great. Everyone will love it. They'll all want to watch you watching them watching you. It's going to be fantastic. And I don't know what KB's goal was, if he knows John's going to fail miserably at it, and that's why it's funny. I would think so, because the next morning, KB went on his show and just went, John's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. Because I went on John's show and declared an L for him and for Kevin Brennan, because all it did was get more people giving money to Shuley and the Shuley Network in spite of John. So this is what's crazy about it, is that John showed up an hour and a half late to snipe the Shuley show because he will never, ever understand how time zones work. And he thinks it's everyone's fault but his, because he's a fucking moron.
You know, he asked me to go and snipe them, and I do. Was I a little late? Yeah, because he didn't specify when.
You know how I feel about that kind of thing, John? I feel like whenever I show up to something, it's the right time. So I would never acknowledge being late. That's just me. That's how I personally.
Well, look, if you would have said 7 o'clock EST, then I would have said, okay, so for my time.
What time did you guys get off even? I mean, obviously it was before that.
So that's when he kicked me out at 3:30.
Right. Kevin said at 3:30 John's time, 6:30 Eastern time, he's on MLC, and he goes, okay, you're going to snipe their show. I'm going to let you go now. Go get a beer. Go get what you got to do. Get prepared so that you can snipe their show. Because it's in a half an hour. John thinks it's in 3.5 hours. So he goes, well, okay, you don't have to kick me out now, but all right.
What do you mean, go get a beer?
Yeah, it never ever occurred to John. Never once did it occur to him that maybe they're dealing with East Coast time, since every single person involved in this, Bob Levy, Mike Morris, Kevin Brennan, all these guys are all on the East Coast. And they're saying it's happening at 7 o'clock. And John goes, well, obviously everyone means Pacific time. Nothing in this world is Pacific time. Nothing in the Dabbleverse is Pacific time. Nothing is. And John is blaming Kevin for this. Why wouldn't he tell me that it's 7 EST? Well, that's to be assumed. And if you didn't know that, ask.
Yep.
I don't know. It's pretty easy.
But once he figures it out, we should all go to Pacific time.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm going to go to military time. Yeah. I'll see you at 1400 hours, John. Good luck.
Right.
That's when I was on the way to the pub, and I called you. I go, that was weird. He just kicked me out. Like he said I have to prepare, but it's 3.5 hours later. What do I got to prepare for?
So John goes to the bar and starts drinking. And Kevin Brennan, an hour into Uncle Rico Show, messages John and goes, where are you? I thought you were going to snipe the show. And John's like, what are you talking about? It's like, they've been on for an hour. So what does John do? The most amazing thing I've ever heard in my life, and he admitted this on his show. He sold his beer to another person at the bar for $5. Now, John explained this. So apparently what happens is it's happy hour. So you get the beer and then you get the upside down shot glass, whatever they call that. The bubble, so that you can trade that in for your next drink, right? Buy one, get one. So John had just he was just ready to trade in his get one. And he gets the note like, you got to go home and snipe the show. So what does he do? He sells it for $5 to someone else at the bar. Unheard of. I've been to many bars. I've never seen someone sell that.
The most cheapskate thing. I mean, first of all, like appointment drinking for buy one, get one. Like, I got to be there for the buy one, get one. Oh, I'm missing out on it. You want to buy my bubble instead of just giving it away?
Can you imagine?
Like a good guy?
Well, and then he was defending himself because everyone was ripping on him. So I saw him on his show today defending himself. He's like, well, I asked my friend if they wanted it, but they didn't. So then I'm just like, does anyone want to buy this? And then someone said they would. Like, this is the whole fucking thing that he had to do to get $5. And at first he was bragging about it. He's like, so I got the $5. What?
I didn't take a loss. Are the buy one, get one free beers $10? Because otherwise, did he make a profit on this?
I think he might have made a profit on it. That's a good question, Cardiff. Although he does tip $10 a beer, so
yeah, right.
True.
Maybe he did take a loss after all.
And I went to the pub.
I would think that's what he meant. Like, go have a couple drinks, get your.
Yeah, that's what I thought he meant.
Get some food.
He even He said, go get some beers. So, I got it. Okay, I'll go get some, I'll go to the pub.
You're a grown adult.
Right.
Kevin Brennan doesn't tell you what to do with your fucking time.
Also, when he was confused about it, he's like, 3.5 hours, what do I have to prepare for? Like he would have prepared with a half hour.
Right.
Like he would have done anything different.
Of course. No, he has nothing. He has no idea how to do this. And he embarrassed himself so badly. It was really funny. They fucked with him so hard. It was great.
Good.
I assumed he knew what my lifestyle is.
This is
So everyone has to know what time zone he's in. They have to know what his lifestyle is. All right, John, how many hours do you need to drink beer before you could go on and do this show tonight? Okay, then I'm going to let you go in 5 minutes so that you get your 3.5 hours worth of beer drinking time so that you can do. Don't you know my lifestyle?
Yeah.
one of those examples of East Coast, West Coast beef. And sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes it can get bad.
I don't think that
It has nothing to do with East Coast, West Coast
Jesus
beef.
Christ.
Retard. It's not what this is. No one's shooting Tupac over this.
But even that is not unheard of. I've had guests that I've screwed up, and you
don't
specify
say
the EST or PST, and I've had guests where they screwed up. And
even more reason to ask for clarification or to even think for a second. Like, does that mean 4 o'clock my time if it's 7 o'clock?
You have a history of fucking this up.
It's happened so many goddamn times. You would think it'd be like, maybe I should give this some thought before going to the bar for 3 hours and not understanding.
And didn't, but it happens. It's not like so unheard of. So for him to have his fucking panties in a bunch just because I didn't understand.
This is the other thing, too. So Kevin said he paid John $100 to do this. $100 in John's world is 2 days at the pub. That's huge. Because as we all know, addicts don't think weeks ahead. Addicts are not thinking about like, will I be this high next Tuesday? They want it now and they want it again tomorrow. So John's thinking $100, that's 2 days at the pub because he's made it clear that $50 is what he needs every day at the pub, which I calculated it was $15,000 a year. Now I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something like $17,000 a year if you spend $50 a day at the pub, which John claims he does. It was significant. It's my point.
$18,250.
Thank you. 18.2. Which, if he wants to get that Harley fixed, I feel like he could get a new fucking bike for that kind of money. It'd probably be a better investment for him.